Hi, my name is Pavan Kumar. I'm the director of the film Lucia, and I learned about filmmaking by watching films with the director's commentary switched on original DVDs. And I've always felt that I should make a film and I should put in the director's commentary too. And I'm glad that my second film, Lucia, is able to give me that opportunity. So this is the first crowd-funded Kannada film. We raised about 50 lakh in our first funding on Facebook. We started the campaign in Feb 2012. I started writing this film in 2011 by I think around November, and I felt this film has to be done through crowdfunding because it's a very difficult script for any producer to kind of invest on it. And the crowdfunding idea really helped do this film the way it is. So these are the sponsors and people who gave us a lot of freebies and a little bit of money to complete the film. So I thank all of them. Every bit of their involvement has only made the film better. And the song that you're hearing on the background is written by Kanakadasa, and it was written in 12 AD. I didn't write the script keeping the song in mind. My dad, who's read a lot in Kannada, heard the script and he said that Kanakadasa had written this long back, and he gave me the poetry. And once I read it, I felt it has a direct connect to the content of the film, and I thought this could be a tribute to what he had written. So we used it as a part of the credits. And I'd like to thank Technicolor, because without the free tool that they provide called CineStyle, which we installed in our cameras, we wouldn't have been able to shoot the film the way it appears. The film premiered at the London Indian Film Festival on July 20th, and that was our first public show. This logo was done very interestingly. A lot of people you see there are actually the ones who gave us the money. They are producers, co-producers, and I think this is the first film that was made as audience films, maybe in India. And Home Talkies is our online movie watching theater where you can log in and watch the movie. So very soon we'll be starting the film, and this Chinese quote has everything that the film is trying to tell. You can Google about it and read more about it. So this is the first scene of the film, and this is how I actually had thought of starting when I wrote the script. And that Sanjay, this is his first film as an actor. He's a theater actor, and I think he did a great job on his first film. Our concern was whether Satish, who's lying there on the bed, will be recognized by the audience because his face is half covered. But I thought that actually creates the confusion that was required for the audience. And this particular scene is shot in my cousin's office. He's a lawyer, and we absolutely used no lighting. We just had to go in, and he had some tube lights, so we just switched those on and we shot it. And my DOP Siddharth had lots of doubts about it, but when the final output was seen, people felt that that was the best lit scene. And that's Krishna. This is his first film as well as an actor. He's a veteran theater actor, and I'm glad that he came forward to do this. This particular shot was done using a GoPro Hero 2, and I think this was the first time we used the GoPro to shoot anything in the film, in our film. And those two guys are actually not talking. We put the GoPro and told them to just go up the lift, and I hadn't written any dialogue, so they're just talking something, and we at the dubbing studio gave them the lines. The scene was particularly written to, and it was supposed to happen at a police commissioner's office. But when I looked at the production design as to how the office would look, I felt it's very cliche. Usually the commissioner is shown in that sort of a costume, and the same kind of conversation happens. So we said, why should cops meet at the office all the time? They could be meeting elsewhere. They could be meeting in a friend's bar in the morning when it's shut. So that's how we found this place, and I think the place also made it look extremely good. The whole white to it. It's at Mayflower in Bangalore, and so nothing much about the scene. It was communicating or giving more hints as to where the film is going. In this particular pan shot, do observe what you see as the shot ends. Right next to him, you will see Lucia pills, which was sort of a small hint for repeat viewers to see if the whole film is his dream. It could be the whole film could be Prashant's dream. Prashant, the guy you're seeing there, and that's Purna Chandra. He's from Mysore, and I think this is his first feature film as an actor as well. And this entire set was put in a factory, and I think our art department did a great job in doing this. I really hate that bulb shaking over there. We didn't know how to how to erase that or solve that. Uh, Generally, when I wrote the script in the beginning, no one was supportive of these scenes. They felt that it confuses the audience. It makes them wonder where is it all going, because you see the protagonist is missing in all of these scenes. But I always felt that if the film had to have the thriller aspect to it, then at the beginning it should leave the audience with a lot of questions, and that's how these scenes were made. According to my original script, the place had to be burned down, but as you know, we didn't have the budgets to burn down that place, so we just cut it at the point when he was holding the fire. This is something that I would say, this kind of a cut pattern. Are these both the events happening at the same time? I don't think so. This guy is on his own looking at the files, and this guy is on his own, trying to elope so that he is not caught. And the way it's cut, it makes you feel as though these incidents are happening parallelly. And yes, I mean, that's the generally how filmmaking has taught us over years, that a parallel cut means two parallel events happening at the same time. But I learned from Christopher Nolan's films, wherein he cuts different events happening at different times together, and it still communicates pretty well. So I would say a cut like this I learned from his movies, and I always wanted to see how it works when you cut two different events happening at two different times, and yet they culminate to say the same thing. And we shot this all in a day, the whole chase sequence, and there's absolutely no set, no unit. It was just these actors and a couple of lenses in camera, and we shot the whole thing and put it together on the editing table. And I think it came out pretty nice. Everything that you're seeing there as the sets was not sets, they're all real locations. And this is the first clue in the film which gives away the ending. When you see it the second time, you will understand what it means, actually, and you will probably appreciate why the scene was actually kept like this, wherein what they're speaking is told to the audience. Otherwise, it's all over music. That was my first clue to the audience, saying that, look, I've actually revealed the ending to you. And The chase sequence, and I think this is a small build up towards the pill, because we titled the film as Lucia, so which meant that Lucia, the pill, had to have a strong presence in the whole film, and the way it's brought out to the audience. The next sequence is particularly interesting for me. The whole fight sequence that's coming over now. It was there was no fight coordinator. There was absolutely nothing. We just used the GoPro again. The GoPro was tied up to the actor's head. We repeated the whole sequence twice. So once the GoPro was tied on the cop's head, and the second time it was tied on Ravi's, this guy's head. So we asked them to repeat the same action, and all of us went out of the room. So they would hit each other for about 5 minutes, and they repeated the same process. He would bring in the chairs. So if you see, when it cuts in, it looks like it happened together, but it's two different takes. And after 5 minutes, we all would be standing outside, and we could hear Purna Chandra, the Ravi character, shouting and howling. And once it ends, we would go inside and we would look at the whole shot. This is actually shot in a factory. It's a pipe factory that we used to shoot the sequence. We used everything that they had and created this very abstract place, or an underground kind of place where cops would probably, hide and beat up people and investigate. Um, I really like the way this was lit, like that red light that Siddharth put over there, and I think it gave a nice depth to the whole sequence. And it also makes you. I love this shot because it kind of involves all the four characters at a low angle point of view. I think. This is my favorite, actually, one of my favorite shots, which defines Lucia as a film, or the kind of genre it was trying to be.
ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಸರ್, ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾತಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಏ ಐಟಮ್, ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಏನಿದು? ಏನು? ಲೈಫ್ ನೀನ್ ಬದುಕ್ಬೋದು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಕನ್ಸು ಬರ್ತವು ಹೋಯ್ತವೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ವಸ್ತು? ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ರ್ ಮುಂಡದೆ. ನಾನ್ ಕೊಡ ಔಷಧಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಕನಸು ಮೆಗಾ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ತರ ಪತನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾತ? ಹರಿಕಥನಾದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ಲಿ, ಮೆಗಾ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ಲಿ, ನಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಣ. ದಿನ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಲ್ಗೋ ಹೊತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ನಂತಾಗ ಬೀದಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದಂಗದೆ. ಏನಣ್ಣ ಇದ್ರ ಹೆಸರು?